saying Wesley's going to beat Chris. I'm just saying that Wesley's giving Chris a competition in height.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the Arnold Classic Brazil or Arnold Classic South America. And first of all, a very good news for all the bodybuilding fans, as Tonio Burton just made it official that he's gonna go up against Rafael Brandao, the best from Brazil. While the New York Pro is still 10 weeks away, Tonio Burton and his coach are so far ahead of the schedule that they have decided to do this show, which is like 6 weeks before the New York Pro. We just talked about it yesterday that Tonio Burton needs a backup plan, like he needs to compete before the New York Pro or after the New York Pro, and I assume they were thinking the same thing. Now Detroit Pro is scheduled just 1 week after Arnold Brazil, and it is more than likely that Tonio Burton is gonna jump into that show as well. And keep in mind, Tonio Burton isn't doing these shows for the sake of just showing up. He is top 8 in the world, and we saw him take down some very big names at this past Mr. Olympia. And we have to keep in mind this is just the start of his career in the men's open bodybuilding. He's slowly getting bigger and fuller and denser in all the right areas, while keeping all his trademark classic lines in check, while keeping his waist small. So he is 100% focused that he can win some of these shows as well. Now realistically speaking, it is gonna be extremely hard for Tonio Burton to win either Arnold Brazil or the New York Pro. Because take Rafael Brandao for instance, the guy who is the favorite to win this year's Arnold South America. I have to say, he is a bigger version of Tonio Burton. He has all the genetic gifts of Tonio Burton, like his shape, his flow, his aesthetics, but at the same time he's a bigger and taller bodybuilder. And we have all seen it in the past, that if a tall guy puts it all together, if he fills out his frame, he is next to impossible to beat. So Rafael Brandao at his best versus Tonio Burton at his best. You guys already know what the outcome will be. So Nick Walker at the New York Pro is a totally different animal and a different breed. He is one of the most freaky guy in the men's open bodybuilding. So even this current version of Rafael Brandao won't be able to beat Nick Walker. He still needs more size. So since we have just established that Tonio cannot beat Rafael at his best, and Rafael cannot beat Nick Walker at his best, so winning the New York Pro for Tonio Burton is a very, very long shot, unless he makes some miraculous kind of improvements. So from a fan's perspective, it is great that these big names are showing up at all these top tier shows, especially in the men's open bodybuilding. But I do believe earning the Olympia qualification for 2024, that will be one hell of a challenge, and that is going to be really difficult for a whole lot of these athletes.
Is Hadi sure to go?
Hadi's going.
Even,
Hadi's going.
I mean, even Hani Rainbow said it. They still didn't get the visa, but they hope they're gonna manage it.
Next up, we have the Persian Wolf Hadi Choopan. So can anyone confirm whether Hadi got his UK visa yet? Because Milos Arsev talked about it on Muscle and Fitness podcast, where he said that they're still trying to get it done. And they referenced Hani Rembrandt after the Arnold Classic Ohio victory.
For Iranians, it's easier to get a visa for Germany. It's much easier. They all go to Germany, so that's not an issue. I think he told you they don't have it yet?
Yeah, in the interview post Arnold, Hani said that they still don't have it, and it's...
So hopefully Hadi Choopan will get there in time, because if he doesn't, it will be like a walk in the park for Samson Dauda. The show will become so boring, and I'm sure even Samson Dauda wouldn't want that. I'm sure he wants him there so that he can have another shot at him, so that he can have a rematch. And the reason I'm saying that the show would become boring is because Hadi Choopan and Samson Dauda, they are in a league of their own, especially in comparison to all these other guys who are going to be there at the Arnold Classic UK. So coming back to Hadi Choopan, some more training updates came out of the Persian Wolf's camp. So as expected from the Persian Wolf, Hadi Choopan is still training extremely hard. And this isn't the first time Hadi has been put into a situation like this, where he has to wait for his visa while he is still in prep. If you guys remember, before the Olympia 2020, he was really uncertain whether he's going to be able to make it to the US or not, because he only arrived there just 48 hours before the show, and still the man managed to place top 4 in the world. And we have to keep this in mind. He was straight second place at the finals of the Olympia 2020. Yes, he was able to beat both Brendan Carey and Phil Heath at the finals of the show, cause he was able to get rid of all that water. So Hadi Choopan is gonna fight till the end, and as fans we really wanna see another round of Hadi versus Samson. I have to say it wasn't close in Ohio, and not just me, the judges, the scorecards, everyone agrees on that it was a slam dunk by Hadi Choopan. And another factor to keep in mind here is that Milos was in Samson's corner. So let's see how that will impact Samson's look in a few days, for better or for worse.
The hottest lat spread is as wide as a fucking, he's twice as wide as Samson. So I don't know where he get all that muscle from. When they turned around and he opened up, his lats was so full and so wide that made Samson really look narrow.
Next up, we have a few days out physique update from Wesley Vissers, the reigning Arnold Classic champion. It is crazy that these pictures were taken after Wesley's first session in UK, and he seems to be holding no water at all, especially after that flight. So those super striated delts are the best in the game. And all Wesley has to do is duplicate that Arnold Classic Ohio prejudging look. His muscularity is so far superior than Urs Kleschinski, who on paper is gonna be the biggest rival for him here in UK. The size discrepancy between these two guys is just so damn much. I mean, we all saw Wesley was even dwarfing Ramondino in some of the shots, especially the way he peaked at the prejudging. So even if we analyze individual body parts, Wesley is superior to Urs in his chest, he's superior in arms, he has better arms, he's definitely superior in shoulders, and of course, Urs's back, as we all know, is the weakest in the lineup. So Wesley basically beats Urs in the entire upper half. While Urs Kleschinski on the other hand has better quads. He has bigger quads, probably one of the biggest in classic physique division. Now coming back to Wesley and looking at some of these update pictures, he is looking really damn impressive here. The detail that he's showcasing here is absolutely nuts. And I think if we showed these pictures to someone who isn't a bodybuilding person per se, his first impressions might be that these are AI generated. Well, what did you guys think? Wesley for another win here, as it will hype up the Olympia a lot more. Or can Arnold Classic or Breon Ansley? They can give Wesley a run for his money here. Or can they actually beat him? So talking about Breon Ansley, we cannot count out the former 2-time Classic Physique Olympia champion. So Breon isn't backing out of this challenge either. He's 100% committed. He presented arguably the best shape of his life at this past Arnold Classic. But here is the thing, here is my concern. The judges are asking him to do something which I don't think can be done. They are expecting something impossible from him. How can he bring up his quads when he struggles to make the weight cutoff, even now when the new Classic Physique weight regulations are imposed? How can he grow his quads with a weight cap hanging over his head? Plus, we have to keep in mind the guy is 43 years old. So, bringing up your quads this late in your career is almost impossible. I have to say, not almost, it is impossible. So Tyler Mannion said that Breon needs more quads in order to compete with the top guys, in order to move up the ranks again at the Olympia level. So, Breon is ready for the next round. But I have to say he was peaked to perfection in Ohio. What different can he do in 3 days' time? Do let me know what you guys think. Is there a chance of Breon coming out ahead? Also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.